Hello, everyone. Good morning, or if you happen to be down under like our good friend Jacob, good early morning. Um, it would help if I unmuted you, so now we all should have audio. Um,
Hooray.
I think I got it. I only missed like two syllables, so we're doing better than we have been historically on this stream. Um, I
Oh,
would
very good.
I would like to welcome everyone to Trinity Continuum Core, the Phoebe Trust Session 2. Um, Couple things before we dive in too far into today's game. I want to call attention to the fact that this is They Came From month as Onyx Path celebrates their 10-year anniversary. Each month we are doing a different game line. This month is They Came From. And so if you head over right now to Drive Through RPG, you can get several of the They Came From books, including They Came From Beneath the Sea core book, for 10% of their cover price. That's not 10% off, folks. That's 10% of. So there is no time like the present to hop in and check out They Came From Beneath the Sea.
By Zeus's beard, what a value!
Amazing. I would personally buy this myself. Yes.
I'm going to
Many
buy
fine
this
friends.
product. Oh, yes. Come, friend. Let us go purchase this thing.
Together we shall. Now.
And as you go in your Unity to purchase it at Drive Through RPG, our viewers at home can also go to Indie Press Revolution or Indie Press Revolution to get 50% off physical copies of They Came From Beneath the Sea.
Can I
yes.
add something to that real quick?
You may, absolutely. You can dramatically edit it.
I just bought a bunch of They Came From for no reason if you're from my channel. No reason, no surprises. And I buy physical copies because it's easier for me to work with. Historically, I found that a lot of drive-through RPG stuff has like been hit or miss with quality, but the new softcover books that they're putting out now that I got for They Came From are they're almost like the old days of like the early like the old World of Darkness products, like the paper stock. It's all really good quality again. So don't be afraid to buy the hard copies too. It's worth it now.
Absolutely, yeah. If you missed a memo, there was an internal or a thing that went out to the publishers at least a while ago about the changes in print quality, and you might see a little bit extra price at the pump, when you go to drive through to pick up a print book, but that's because the print quality has gone up exponentially. It is really good.
It's so good now. It's worth it again to buy them. And like I'm really eyeing They Came From Beneath the Sea and Camp Murder Lake. I really want Camp Murder Lake.
Well, I would recommend that you keep an eye on Camp Murder Lake this month, as at some point I would imagine at some point in October, with October being They Came From month, They Came From Camp Murder Lake will probably wind up on sale.
A premium copy?
Well, they came from Camp Murder Lake is I don't know if no, because we're not doing any of the print, so I guess
Okay.
I see what you're saying. Forgive me, it's early, and
you're picking up what I'm putting down.
I am picking up what you're putting down.
Sorry, I have to spend all my energy in advance so I can turn into Tom.
What it is that we all just right, because Tom runs so low. We just all love They Came From so much that we had to go on a 5-minute long tirade about why you should buy it.
Really good book. It's a really fun game, guys.
It's a really fun game. And not to toot my own horn, but I'm going to go ahead and toot my own horn. The jumpstart that I wrote for They Came From Beneath the Sea, the Party Beach creature feature is I think 20 cents right now. So if you want everything you need to play the game, plus a couple of weed jokes, go pick that up for 20 cents.
20 cents.
Yeah, it's.
And that's on Drive Through RPG, right?
On Drive Through RPG, yes, that is correct.
It's basically free content. Wow.
Yeah. While you're there, you should grab some of the other They Came From books that are all sub $1. But before now that we've paid those bills, I also wanted to give our players the opportunity, before we dive too far into the story, to make any tweaks that you would like to make to your characters. At the start of each session, you have the opportunity to move either a skill from one dot of a skill to another skill, one dot of an attribute to another attribute, or to change one of your aspirations. You can do any of those things as a tweak. I just need to know what tweak you would like to make, and you need to mark on the sheet what you are moving if you're moving a dot, because you have to be sure to roll that this session. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can pick one of those things to do, is what you're saying? Not all of those things?
You can do each of those things as far as I'm
Okay.
concerned. You can do one of each. So you can switch one aspiration, switch one skill, and switch one attribute
Okay.
if you want. You don't have to. It's just an option that you have if you feel like you need to. If the reason that that's there in the system is, let's say you build a character that's really around like, I am just a really good shot. And then it becomes very clear to you throughout the campaign that I'm not going to get to shoot my gun very much. You can move a trait over from like aim
Sounds
to.
like a specific reference.
You know what?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with my build at all.
I was not.
perfectly-
I was
No.
casting no aspersions on anyone's build.
Through the power of gun tool, Stacy, all things are possible. So you should always jot that down. It does say in the rules, even if it's absolutely unreasonable, it still happens. Like gun tool, the
I love
best,
it. I
the
love
best in the
it.
game.
It is one of my favorite skill tricks.
Why would I put it to another skill when it's every skill? Gun, every skill.
Really true. Persuasion, gun. Science, gun.
I mean, I have seen people in real life make persuasion checks with guns before, so
Surely,
I mean, it really, a gun
Surely.
is persuasive.
I picture that being like, hey, come on, do what I want. No, maybe this will change your mind. Slides him a gun under the table.
like
Oh, this is a pretty good gun. I'll do it.
I am so ready for the cultural role I need to do to reference guns. Like, oh, you want that gun? Yes, we shall have to be a little more prim and proper today. Yes, hello. This is my very fine dueling pistol. Pleasure to meet you.
If you're making a culture roll with gun, you're using the wrong accent there, partner.
Oh, how they do there.
They say Americans have no culture. We have a culture.
it's measured in calibers and millimeters. So, did anyone
Oof.
seen that meme going around?
Oh.
Americans don't know the metric system. Me with 5 grams and a 9 millimeter in my pocket.
Oh.
Anyway,
Look, if I could get 6 points in gun, I'd consider it, but I can't.
forgive the wiggles and
Should
the
be done.
giggles, folks. It's early or late.
Forget nothing.
It's both.
It's literally both. We're at the absolute opposite of wizards.
Let's try not to have that laugh happen again.
So, did anyone have tweaks that they were making?
I'm going to move a point of aim into science because I probably won't shoot a gun, but I probably will do a science.
Excellent. That is fair. Any other tweaks? Just make sure you make a note on the sheet where you made your tweak, so that you're sure to roll that trait this session. Did you want
I
to?
want to change one of my aspirations.
Sure. What would you like to change your aspiration to?
Okay, so instead of rescue another scion, which I don't think is going to happen, I want to change it to. I'm trying to come up with it right now.
Maybe catch the people responsible for this body.
Okay, sure.
So
Buddies,
if you
buddies.
can't save the scion, you'll avenge them.
Yeah.
Sweet. Any other changes anybody making?
I'm going to actually change a short-term aspiration to do a badass feat of athleticism.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's nice
It's gonna
and
be an
general.
action time. It's gonna be action session this time.
I want to be James Bond in that first scene of Casino Royale where it's like parkour and then no, just Bond through the door. Like that's
Nice. So just if I can recap where we parked, you had each done some investigations. During that time, you had discovered that, correct me if I'm wrong, correct me if I misspeak any of these things. You discovered that she arrived in the morning wrapped in plastic. You found that there was a set of security cameras that you were able to get footage and a partial plate off of, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That you were able to track the owner's address of that partial plate. You discovered that the wounds on Monica Carter's body, who is the actual identity of the Jane Doe, you discovered that her wounds are in a similar place as those of Isabel Moreau, who is one of the victims of Jackson Dorian. But the cuts were very different, very sloppy, and you hadn't quite ruled out copycat. But if this is a copycat killer, they're not doing a very good job of it, I believe was the conclusion that you had come to. Is that accurate? Let's see. There is. You did discover that Monica's cause of death was a stroke, and that the wounds are post-mortem. So it sounds from the autopsy report that possibly the implants themselves had caused that stroke or that series of strokes, and that they were removed after she was killed. You visited the family and discovered that the family that found the body, and discovered the mother, Becca, had some sort of a vision, some sort of a flash of insight when she saw the body. And I believe Clara gave her business card.
Yes.
Lazarus went to visit the two prisoners,
Spike and Duck.
the two living people who had been at that disaster house upstate.
I only met with one of them, not the
You
other.
only
one.
met
that's
with
right.
Spike, I
Spike.
think.
Yeah.
Right.
Duck, yeah.
Did
I
not
don't
Just-
remember
just
it because of
Spike.
Buff.
Didn't bother to go with Duck, but if we do need to follow up, we can potentially do that. I got a lot from Spike though.
And you discovered that there were several. You discovered a description of this woman, this Mrs. Richard, that you then hacked into the database. Forgive me, I can't remember the name of the company off the top of my head.
Saltbridge Technologies.
Saltbridge Technologies, thank you. You hacked into Saltbridge's database and got basically a list of personnel who currently or had formerly worked there that matched that description. And that was kind of where we had left off, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we were going to go through those.
Excellent. So what would you like to do in the process of analyzing these clues? And I'm just going to go clockwise for me. So how is Dr. Tom going to contribute to the analysis of these clues, of these identities?
Well, I mean, he's already done a lot of work trying to like figure out like the timing and the body and the dump ratio. So, or like the dump location. I don't know, like what medically would be good for this? Like
Seeing who's
How-
alive?
that's pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, you could look through for any. You could look through their personnel files if you wanted to rely on medicine. You could look through their personnel files for any indications that might exclude them from being the person. For example, if someone
So if I have access to their med records, can I look at psych records?
um,
Would those be there, or
only to the degree that HR would have them.
but disciplinary?
Yeah, you have their HR file, absolutely.
Or here's the question: This is an American corporation with great oversight. Does it have any of their healthcare data, such as prescription medication?
Their healthcare data is privy, though you do realize that this is not, in fact, an American corporation.
Oh, okay, interesting. I think I'd like to look and see if they have any like antipsychotics, any type of anything that would have maybe kept them in check while they were working, but might have gone off, or just something like that. Something that just signs of potential issues there. Also, I need dice.
Dice would help. While you're gathering your dice, how is
I
Clara?
don't dice either.
How would Clara like to contribute?
Let me see. I guess I would see. Gosh, I guess I would want to see if any of them if any of them live around the area that we're going to be visiting.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so you're looking for like themselves and like immediate family that would have addresses in this area?
Right. Some kind of connection to this place.
All right, so let's have Dr. Tom make a medicine roll. What attribute would Dr. Tom like to rely on?
I mean, I don't think that he really has the time to use resolve on this.
Okay.
So probably cunning or composure. They're both the same.
Okay. Let's go with cunning because you are processing information quickly.
Okay. And does the specialty and integrity bullshit detector help with anything for looking over corporate speak?
Actually does, yeah. You can have an enhancement.
All right, here we go. That is okay. With a 10, that is 3 successes.
Excellent. And you re-rolled your 10?
Oh, were you re-rolling? I thought we were counting as 2. I'm
Nope,
dumb.
re-roll. Yeah, we're not quite. We talked about they came from a lot. That's why you think that.
Oh. Okay, so 4, because the 10 re-rolled 3 times.
Nice.
That's way better.
I love it. We had a camera jump. Let me fix that real quick.
What is the what? I'm gonna have to use like virtual dice. Is it a 10-sided die?
Yep, 10-sided dice.
Oh, so 5 with the enhancement.
5 with the enhancement. Beautiful.
Mm.
All right. Half a second. I'm fixing cameras. And Nicole, what was Clara going to rely on?
Culture and I guess cunning. And we roll 10, the D10, right?
If it comes up as a 10, yes. And what attribute were you pairing it with?
Cunning?
It was so cunning and culture.
Yeah.
Excellent. Go for it.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 success.
Excellent.
Sorry. I was all, you okay? Keep ringing, it's just the phone, not you crashing.
Stacy's having a bad pet day, I see. That's all right. Did you get everything? Is everything returned back to normal, Stacy?
Well, that's relative, but
Fair enough.
sure.
How would Ruby like to contribute to the investigation?
Okay. So Ruby has enigmas. Isn't that for solving
Like mysteries?
puzzles?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'll have you do is then let's have you make an Enigmas roll at the end to sort of put together all the different pieces of information and weed out what isn't useful. Because right now, we've got 5 successes on this medical check and 4 successes on the culture check. I can tell you have earned a core clue in the sense that you all, no matter how the rest of this winds up, you all now have a pretty accurate picture of Saltbridge executives in operating in the Great Lakes area, which is of a great deal of value to the Phoebe Trust. Because now you know who to follow, now you know who to snoop on, now you know who might be getting into filthy experimentation they shouldn't be doing. So I'll have you roll last to interpret if that works. And then let's have Lazarus. What would you like to add into the investigation, to the analysis of these clues?
I wouldn't say Lazarus is particularly great at this particular part of. He's more, I think, more gathering the clues than like actually determining them. But what his primary goal is at the moment is to find basically the door he has to kick in to find these people. So I suppose is like you can probably do like a lasting check for that or something.
Yeah, if you want to do
basically, I have like the technology he found was to do with the augmentations that had been made to the person obviously has been murdered like some time ago, Monica Carter. He has those things. He's bought a bunch of stuff there. I guess the only other thing he could do is potentially go and talk to Duck, who's still in prison, and be like, where?
Right.
Tell me where I need to go. Tell me what I need. And yeah, he's more of a breaking and entering type of guy rather than figuring out stuff.
Well, to save you a
trip.
Save you a trip. Yeah, I mean, Duck isn't going to know anything that his buddy doesn't know. You can reasonably assume from that conversation, and that Duck is probably not a criminal mastermind. And if you hit a wall, maybe doubling back to that would be good. But However, you do have a couple of locations between all of these addresses that are starting to filter through the information. So if you want to make larceny check to try to sort of optimize points of entry and exit to each location that comes across your desk, that would be of use.
Yep, I can do that. So I'll go with the larceny check then. Let's go with play larceny and cunning, I would imagine.
That'd be great.
Yeah, probably good. That's a total of 6 dice. We got 1 success.
Excellent. So let's get a Enigmas roll.
Okay, I have Enigmas and Intellect.
Excellent. And so the way this is gonna work for you. Oh, I was gonna say the way that'll work then is you would roll the sum of those, that many 10-sided dice.
Yep. Oh, I did that. I did it while he was talking. I got 2 successes.
Oh, rock and roll. Okay. So you have 2 successes. There are a total of 12 successes floating around on this. And you basically have 5 successes worth of clues to buy. So what that means is you can bank that remaining 7 successes as a pool that can be used by your group because you share a camaraderie bond. That will act as a camaraderie pool for you for the rest of this session. So at any point that you need to grab an enhancement out of that pool, you can just grab one until it's gone. Make sense?
Yep.
With that, you discover, as I mentioned before, the home addresses of several of the executives. You get it narrowed down to, you're pretty sure, one ex-employee of Saltbridge. who their HR records list as having left to pursue another opportunity, but because of what Dr. Tom found digging around, realized that this was less of a leaving the job and more of a moving to another portion of the network of shell corporations that Saltbridge exists within. Particularly, this woman left a vice president in charge of research and development position to go work at her father's talent consulting company, known as the DeVries Agency.
A lot of us may point this out and be like, from what I gathered with the crust crew, I'll say, it seemed like whatever operation that they were handling, whatever they were doing, was outside of the bounds of what I generally understand to be the this agency we're kind of looking into. So if this person has come away and gone to a separate shell corporation, that possibly is where we might want to start looking for something a bit more foundational for what we're looking at with this missing persons and why and how and what all happened here. Just my 2 cents. That's pretty accurate, Travis?
I mean, I don't think that there's anything that is off base there, no.
Yes.
Run it by me one more time so I'm sure I understand what you're saying.
From what Lazarus understands, these guys, the crust crew, were being hired from not the direct company, but a subset of that company doing some sketchy shit.
You're not sure if they were even involved with that company at that time. According to the personnel records, one Anna DeVries left Saltbridge Consulting about 3.5 years ago, shortly before this disappearance.
Because it was Miss Richards who had hired them, yeah? Like a blonde lost money near like the space for like 2 weeks. Right.
You're all relatively certain that Miss Richards is a pseudonym.
So,
Yeah.
What is this person's name?
This person that you suspect is Miss Richards is named Anna DeVries.
How long was this person missing? I thought it was 5 years. It wasn't 5 years?
They had gone missing.
3?
I thought they were missing for 3 years.
It was 3 years.
Oh, 3
Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah. Short story long. Anna DeVries left her position at Saltbridge 2 months prior to the disappearance. You also do have a home address for Anna DeVries. Unfortunately, that home address is in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Interesting.
We also had the roofing business near the gum factory, which was a bit of a lead we had last time as well. Brennan Stein.
We should follow up on that.
That thing, that was like gather what we can, then we'll go and check this place out because there'll be some stuff there we can actually like look properly into. Just looking through my notes now.
By the look of it, because you got so many successes, I will say that as you were digging through those HR records, Ruby, you catch a meeting, not even in the actual HR records, but looking through the calendar of another executive who vaguely fit the description by the name of Rachel Alinsky, who operates out of the Chicago office, had a lunch date with Anna DeVries 2 days ago.
What was her name?
Rachel Olinsky.
Alinsky.
because she didn't actually quit that company. She was just working for a different part of the company.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, like
Otherwise,
rather than leaving that, like she left that company, but she did not leave that overall organization. It would be kind of like, leaving a position at the Apple store to go work at Apple corporate, kind of thing. Or like going from, IBM to Microsoft or something. You're answering to the same masters. You're just pulling a different paycheck. Now you have some extra successes in here. What I've just given you is 5 successes worth of information. You have 7 successes left. So if you have any questions that you want to spend out of those to ask for clues, anything that you can do, I'll let you do that risk-free. So what that amounts to is if you ask me a question and there is no answer to that question within the text, it won't cost you one of those successes. Okay? And anything that's left at the end of the scene, you'll have to apply as that pool of enhancement throughout. So does anyone have any questions from the data that you've pulled? Because at this point, you've sifted the pertinent core clue facts from it. So if there's something more you want to know about, you can certainly ask at this point.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
I was going to say, is there anything that relates to the Steins that connect Anna DeVries to the Stein roofing or the gum factory?
Anna DeVries has no business connection, I should say, that you can find in that paperwork to either of those properties.
Interesting. So just as like a little power for the gang. So we've got a bunch of information. We know some stuff, but what we're looking for is like where this stuff happened, like where they were housing Monica Carter ideally. Like I think that's our primary, like that's going to be the big juicy nugget of information that we really want. So that we'll have all the information that we need, like afterwards, like who killed her, who did what, why was this company involved, yada, yada, yada. If the roofing company is the place to go for that, like, because they're the ones who dropped off the body, it'd at least be adjacent or close to it. That's a good place to possibly start. But I think if we use some of these successes to like figure out where the place is that they'd be using as a base operations, or at least some part of it, that's probably like not a bad use of it.
I was going to say, I thought we figured it was at the gum factory next to the Stein roofing.
The van that dumped the body was registered to Stein Roofing.
Right, but because of Becca's vision of, light over the bed, smelled chewed gums, smelled like gum factory, lots of panic.
Well, I mean, but if the roofing place is right next door to the gum factory, it'll probably, I mean, smell once it gets in, man. Somebody just had to leave a window open once.
Well, I have a question.
My wife got really into kimchi once, and it.
What is your question, Ruby?
What's the significance of her having lunch with Rachel Olinsky? Do we have any information on Rachel Olinsky?
Rachel Olinsky is another one of the executives at Saltbridge who matched the description roughly that you were given. When you look at her headshot, it looks like her corporate headshot. She was blonde, but it looked like it's very clear to you in that corporate headshot that it's bottle blonde. And most of the pictures that you see of her recent, she's a brunette. So you're pretty sure you can rule her out as being Mrs. Richards, but she was already on the list. So, and the other piece of information that gives you from an investigative standpoint is that while Anna DeVries resides in Joburg, she was in Chicago at least 2 days ago.
Oh, confirming that she's around. Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, look, we can always go to this factory and
Or
then
the
save up our
investigate.
like successes. Like if there's
The
like a
factory
question we have.
or the roofing place.
The roofing place. Like, I think it's like a roofing place. Like because the gun factory is like next door, so we can look at one, look at the other, and then be like, check the notes, use the successes, then we may find more.
All right. So, are you making your way to the roofing business, and are you going to? If so, how are you planning on approaching?
Well, we can get basically Clara to go first. I'll follow up in case it gets physical.
Sure.
Violent.
Go ahead.
Are we going in stealthy, or are we like?
Are we going through the
Yes.
front
Should
door?
use our mind power.
I can get in this
You're right.
stealthily. I mean,
You're right. We should use our brains.
There's one for your momentum pool. Let's see. 1, 2, 5.
I mean, I can go in and I mean, they're a roofing company. I've got a roof.
Yeah.
I mean,
Got
I've
to
got
quote.
a-
we all got quiet. I mean, we could go a few different routes, just so happen to be there at the same time. I mean, I'm more than happy to be a tax collector coming in and threatening to shut them down as a distraction.
Hey, if you need a distraction, I can play a libertarian whack job real well.
I've been known to distract in my time.
So, are we sneaking? Are we going through the front? Are we doing a combination? What would we like to do?
I think we should do a combination. Some of us go in and distract, and then some of us sneak in.
Because I can't do the sneaking. My sneaking is quite loud.
Well, look. What we could there's two options, I think. Number one, we send Clara in first. She talks, does her thing. You know how it is. We maybe get some greased wheels. We get to the next bit. We find something a little bit suspicious. We investigate further. Or secondly, we go with a possibly much better idea. Whereas we sneak in there first. To turn a phrase, fuck around and find out. And in the scenario in which case we're
I like how the idea where you have to
Everything goes-
find out is the good idea.
yeah. In that scenario where we've found out, but we've fucked around, we can get bailed out by Clara.
Okay, I like this. I'm forming
Okay, so
ideas.
she waits out. Okay.
Yeah. She's the backup.
How about we don't find out?
We've got to find out that we're trying to find out where these people are. We're trying to find a lot of things here, Tom.
Yeah,
Like,
but of course we're trying to find out, but not the fuck around and find
No,
out.
we don't
kid.
want to fuck around and find out.
Gotta
I mean,
life needs to
if
be a little more
you're
interesting.
not doing both,
Then you're
are you
winning.
really getting things done? Are you really getting things done?
Yes, yes.
What are you doing? You just fucking around. Look, Doc, you can't just be fucking around all the time. You must find out as well. Like, you gotta know this, right?
All right, I'm down. Let's do this.
I don't know what we're doing.
Now, it might be a bit difficult for you to get out once we have fucked around, but I'm sure that can be helped, Doc. Like, I'm sure we can sort that out. Like, I can get out. I can teleport. It's a whole.
You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out.
You know what?
I
Can
find
you
out.
teleport with someone?
I can teleport someone. I can teleport myself. It's
I'll get myself out.
Are you sure, Doc? I mean,
I'm sure.
teleporting is not that bad. You've done it once or twice already. Like, it was
Well,
fine the last time.
I can always get us out of any situation. My specialty is always have an exit.
That is-
Nice. Okay, so if we look at just from like a mechanical perspective, and if I'm understanding properly what your plan is, Dr. Hodge goes
Please
in.
explain it. I have no idea.
I've got a very good idea.
Dr. Hodge goes in.
Looking around trying to find out.
Dr. Hodge enters as a potential customer. He plays up the libertarian angle to keep this guy talking as long as possible.
Like that?
While he's doing that, Clara is waiting in the wings, preferably by some method, keeping an eye on what's happening inside, ready to respond with the tax collector who is there to audit them at the most inconvenient moment possible.
Okay.
That leaves Lazarus and Ruby going inside. Ruby relying on always have an exit
Larceny.
to what's that?
And always have an exit.
Yeah, and
also, I have larceny. I have a lot of larceny.
right. So the two of you are both very high in larceny, and if the absolute worst case scenario happens, you can in fact grab Ruby and teleport. Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
I
you
believe
two are going to break
Do you
in.
believe so? I guess we'll
I was
fuck around
hoping-
and find out.
I was so looking for the doc being there. You know, I could teleport him out. But I can't get away with it with psionics. Psionics know how it all works. Like, oh, stop that. Possibly as like a thing we could use some of the successes for is to get like a layout or a map or like a schematics for the building that we're going to.
Well, so the way that this works to keep it narratively light and to keep it us from being too bogged down in the specific details of what exactly do you have this, do we have that. Essentially, the way this works is you'll be making your larceny rolls to break into the building, and then if you're not performing well enough on those rolls, you can pull in those enhancements to count for those things. Like, I have a map that we grabbed, so I'm going to burn 2 enhancement.
Do the leverage.
Right.
I planned for this.
Right. That's exactly what it's there for, is to let you drop those little tidbits in. Okay, I already have that covered.
Yep. Lazarus, very good at planning. Very good planner. Big plan guy.
Excellent. On that note, you head off.
Yep.
Are you going to wait for Dr. Tom to be in there for a little while before you start trying to break in, or are you going to just start your attempt as soon as Dr. Hodge pulls in?
Well, we should let him talk for a couple minutes.
Well, let him talk first, then we'll
Let's hear it, Tom.
And,
yeah. I assume that we'll have like comms with each other. Like, we'll have, like,
should we
Wearing a
mind
wire.
link right now?
Mind link would be a good thing to use right now.
Yeah. Okay, let me go ahead and mind link with can I mind link everyone?
Let me double check, but I don't see any reason why you can't.
Okay.
And the minimum range for mind link, if I'm
That
not
works.
mistaken, is global.
That's the minimal?
Yeah.
Let's see. Can network a number of individuals.
Oh, yeah, because there's space. Well,
Well,
normally we can't reach it. You know, we're not all Lazarus.
Lazarus can't quite teleport to space yet.
I mean, you can do it
quite
once.
teleport to space. I can get pretty close. I reckon I can get up to 10 mile, like I think it's 10 miles. 10 miles up in the sky. There's a lot of falling room there. I can teleport again. It's like a jump.
What's with the sunglasses?
These are my crime doing sunglasses. They help me. They help me stay focused. Bright lights, it gets me sometimes.
Gotcha.
I can do my crime when I need to do it. Yeah. Also, muzzle flash. It's not good.
Oh yes, yeah, you're right.
Mm.
Forgot about all the gun using.
Mm. Well, he only has one gun. Like I've decided he's got like one gun, and like in the scenario where multiple people get shot at once, it's always a ricochet. Like it's always ricocheting the bullets in some weird way.
Does the gun have a name yet?
Okay, so you can sustain.
It surely would.
You can make
But he wouldn't tell you.
You can make a link for free, but it only lasts for a few rounds at your level. But if you want to spend a point of psi, you can maintain it indefinitely as long as that psi point is committed.
That's fine. I'll do that.
For the duration of the network, you're all considered to have a psionic connection with one another. And you do not have to maintain physical contact to combine their aptitudes. So, for example, if you wanted to combine, say, telepathy and teleportation, let's see. So, like, if you lend your teleportation in a coordinated effort with telepathy, you can allow the primary psion to affect additional targets equal to your psi or their psi on a power that normally affects only one target. Whereas,
so potentially, like, just if I understand this correctly, because we're psi linked together, I can actually teleport them a little more easily. Like, I know where they kind of
doesn't
positionally. Like,
yes, because you have a noetic connection to them. So you can teleport any of them as if they were yourself, but also,
awesome.
If they're using a power that only affects one person with telepathy, you can lend your teleportation to that, and and that allows them to add their psi in additional targets. Whereas if they lend their telepathy to you, I got that backwards. If they lend their telepathy to you, you can use multiple targets. If you lend your teleportation to them, you can increase the power's area of effect by a range band. So instead of it being something that they have to be close to someone, you could have them be able to do it from across the room.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
And that combining psionic aptitudes is explained on page 208 of Trinity Continuum Core.
Yeah, I will peruse of that while we're doing it.
So you can do that while you're combined, and then I just need a psi plus your mode roll to see how many individuals you can link up there, Clara. So psi plus mindshare.
Psi plus mindshare. Okay, so that would be 2.
All right, so you can link all the psions and leave the doctor in the dark.
Doesn't like the voices. He's got enough of them.
Got enough going on up here already.
Any other preparatory abilities you'd like to activate or things you'd like to do before you go in?
Pretty good.
Excellent.
Do I need to activate my telepathy?
No, unless you want to try to use your mind share to bring
the dock in.
Oh, but you do need to I need a attunement roll as well from Clara. So we'll actually use that first roll as your attunement roll to open up your attunement. And then give me the second roll to activate the power because it's the same die pool.
Oh, okay. So that's 3 success then.
Excellent. So now you can bring the doctor in if the doctor wants to.
Oh, Tommy boy.
Yes.
You're good with hearing all of us, right? Right? Yeah, of course you are.
We're a crack team. We've done this before.
That's what I thought. Oh, all right. Tommy boy is all good to go. Everyone else good? We good?
Just stay out of the file cabinet, okay?
It's too late.
I need to go in the file cabinet.
As you step into the
PP Silex.
very basics of the very outside,
time.
like the parking lot of the roofing company, you're greeted by a heavyset guy in his probably mid-40s. Hey there, what can I do for you?
Yeah, looking to get a quote on getting my roof redone. I've got some leaks coming in. It's my wife just convinced me to buy this thing. It's a Tudor revival thing down by the lakefront, right? I was out of town at the time, and she made me go through this. And her brother's an appraiser, right? You know, house inspections, all that. And I told her from the beginning. I said, Larry is shit. He cuts corners, you know, and we can't try. But you know, he's my brother-in-law. What are you gonna do, right? So now I've got this money pit with a leaking roof. I've been to 4 other roofers in the area. I'm all the way down here to see you because I've heard good stuff about you. I'm hoping you can make me a deal. I mean, like, you look like what does this guy look like?
He looks like he's probably about 40. Looks like he's probably a heavily recreational beer drinker, based on the placement of his pudge. Definitely rocking a bit of a beer gut.
I mean,
He's wearing work overalls. You know, he looks like a working man, calloused hands. You know.
God. You got a brother-in-law? You know what I'm talking about?
Buddy, I know exactly what you're talking about. I have an ex-brother-in-law. It's awful. Let me tell you what. Why don't you go ahead and make a, I would say, persuasion.
May I use integrity just to hold the lie up?
I'm not going to let you use integrity to lie. No,
Okay,
because you're lying.
Totally. I had to try.
It's good. It was a good try, but
Okay.
I would say persuasion or I always forget. Let's see, persuasion, empathy.
Nah, it's probably. All right. 1 sec, just check in. Animal can, Armor of Fate from his diagnosis. Okay. With the intuitive facet, I can do some. Is there something I can do to boost my pool at all?
Absolutely. So, are you all intuitive?
No, I'm 1 intuitive, 2 destructive.
If you look,
I think it's probably pretty minor. I just got to find the page.
yeah, it's on. It's in the description of inspiration. So, before the factions, I do believe.
Either way, I will use that. I'll use persuasion because this is what I got. And
intuitive action, quick thinking, active instinctively in the moment. This applies absolutely to fast talking. So the way that works is you would spend a point of inspiration and you would add your intuitive facet as enhancement to this roll.
all right, so 1. It could be worse. All right, so in that case, I'll do that, and then I guess composure or cunning.
Either one would be fine.
Okay, sounds good. Let's do that. So I've got an enhancement of 1. And do we have anything in the pool that can be spent? How much do we have?
You have 6 momentum right now. If you have no successes on that roll, I would recommend dumping into that.
I have no successes into 1.
Yeah. So,
So can I use 1 or 2 of those guys?
Yeah, it's all right. You use one.
Okay.
We'll say 2.
Okay, cool.
2 is good.
Oh no!
Don't tell me.
still nothing?
Now I have 2 1s.
Excellent.
The dice have spoken, I think.
The bright side is
Well,
you now have 5 momentum. The downside is this larceny roll that the 2 of you are making to break in undetected is now going to have a complication of 3.
Good.
does this count as getting my cover blown, which is my short-term aspiration?
It absolutely does. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So
I have rolled my larceny.
I'm sorry.
and
I'm ready to larceny.
what'd you get on your larceny?
I got 6 successes on my larceny.
All right, so you can buy off your complication and you can assist in buying off Ruby's complication if needed. So,
Okay, so
Let's do it. We're doing crime here.
so I roll
Right.
larceny, and then what can I put intellect with it or resolve?
either one would be good. Yeah, you can do dexterity.
I used dexterity for my larceny. So I was
You
like,
can use dexterity. You can use intellect, like you're looking around and judging like what the safest mean of entry is. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Yeah. It's important to have fun with your work, and I think it's so important to really appreciate, you
The
know.
doc is hearing all this right now, background music.
This is
Right.
why I failed my roll. I'm just. Can you ever have a brother-in-law, a roof, roof? I need
got
you to
3
repair my
successes.
roof. Ah, fuck.
It's like the Hudson Hawk method of larceny, except you don't have to sing out loud. You just choose a song.
You don't have to sing out loud, but
you
I think you
can.
get an enhancement if you do.
3 successes in total. Excellent.
Psionics Tell said doing the song makes you stealthier. I don't know, I'll tell you.
So you're able to get in absolutely 0 problems, and there's a net of 3 successes above and beyond the complications. So not only do you sneak in undetected, but you sneak in undetected directly into the office.
Wait.
So
Love an
you have
office.
all the paperwork laid out there. There's a laptop sitting open. The laptop is not presently locked. The desktop image is a picture of Stephanie Seymour laying in the pose that's similar to, like, you know, the silhouette on like truck flaps. Stephanie Seymour laying on a beach posed like a truck flap is the background image on the computer. And you see various files.
Shall we have a quick peruse, or do you want to get to the grabbing everything is nailed down and we check it out at the base? So
Grab
do
and
you?
go.
I say we take it with us.
Yeah, grab and go.
Yeah,
That way
sounds good.
you don't miss anything.
All right. I'll activate my psionic powers.
So you're just going to teleport out with the...
Oh, no, I'm just going to teleport the object. Because the object can teleport. Like, I don't have to do
excellent.
do me. It's a little bit easier than doing a person, but
You know,
it's like
I don't know why I thought you were gonna like download files.
He doesn't have that
You're
one.
just all of a sudden there's a freaking computer next to me. What?
yeah, it's like, all right, coming up. It's like,
all right.
all right.
And remind me, what generation are you?
I'm Generation 3.
Excellent. So you have to make an attunement roll first.
Assuming all first. All right. So this is going to be relay object. It's yes, total of 5. That is 2 successes.
All right. So you open your attunement. There's nothing. As both of you now have your attunement open, you actually notice you can feel as well something emanating some sort of psionic energy out on the show, like out in the front of the building.
Oh.
And then you may make your roll to teleport the laptop into the car. And that is, I believe you spend a point of psi and roll psi for that. Or
Yep.
psi plus your teleportation.
Yep, so it's relay object. Let me just quickly check this. Teleport reflects teleport. Non-living objects of Bioware she's familiar, better connection with. They are no further than extreme range. Otherwise, using this power requires a no action. Also, the teleport can only use power to teleport objects directly to or far away from her. She can use teleport.
Yeah, so you can teleport it to locations you have a noetic connection with that are no further than 10 kilometers. So you can literally either put it at home or like actually drop it in Clara's lap.
I'm gonna drop in Clara's lap. I'm like, cool, coming up.
Warning! Warning! Oh my
I
god!
told you.
We're
I was
connected.
going
You
to
can
give.
hear us.
I was waiting for a
Okay.
flash drive, a something, not this whole freaking thing.
Well,
Oh my god, I'm
I
knocking my
figured-
pop down.
yeah, you want to keep your pop like to a nice, convenient shelf because there will be more things I will be giving you.
Oh fuck! All right. Well,
Yes.
with a-
We're everything is nailed down. That everything is nailed down seems relatively useful. Idea. As a quick aside as well.
Oh, yes.
Oh, sorry, as a quick aside as well. I'm sensing that there is a little something that's here, so I think we're probably at the right place. Just an FYI to everyone involved. Just so approximately where you are actually, Doc. So
Do you see anything weird in there besides the person?
And Doc, you're having this conversation, and he says, "It's a really interesting story. Let me get my assistant to come out here and give me a hand. Griffin, come on out here." You see a dude come out. He's about 6'6" both ways. Just a wall of meat comes walking out. So this guy's got a brother-in-law with a roof problem. Where'd you say you lived again? Did you say you lived over on McHenry Drive? Is that what you said?
I didn't say the drive yet, but no.
Make a cunning and enigmas roll if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Why do I
That's 2
feel
more
like
momentum to the pool. Another botch.
Excellent.
I'm gonna go ahead and
McKenna.
Awesome. The two of them exchange a look, and I would like an initiative roll, please. Fortunately,
Perfect.
you are all connected, so you may all engage in this initiative right away. Nobody's going to be surprised.
oh boy.
Oh,
What am I rolling?
so what's initiative?
The lowest
How do we do this?
of your dexterity plus cunning, or I'm sorry, the lowest of your dexterity plus empathy, or cunning plus athletics, I believe.
Oof.
So we're supposed to add dexterity and empathy,
Yep, or
or
cunning,
cunning and athletics. Whichever one's the lowest.
whichever one's lower,
Yeah.
and then you roll that many dice.
Okay, it looks like mine's the same. So
Fascinating. Well, it's +2.
So that'd be. So what was
Well,
the
at
other
least-
skill?
Athletics and something. Oh, sorry. It was empathy and dex or
Cunning athletics.
I have 1 success.
I have 0.
All right. So the villains also both go on 1 success. Did anyone get 2 successes?
I have 2 success.
Excellent. So 2 successes means that the first tick of combat goes to the party. The way initiative works is your side has slots, their side has slots.
So did they attack us? Is that what's happening right now?
They're about to. You can
Oh, okay.
clearly tell that they are about to as...
So I can't come in there with our backup plan?
I mean, you could try.
Yeah, this is the fuck around and find out stage, but you
Let's
are
find out.
Hey.
We already fucked around. Now we're finding out.
You see this giant of a being close their fist into what looks much like a bowling ball on the end of a wrist, and draw back toward the good doctor.
Clara, go in there and tell him you're on it.
Who would you like to give? Your group has the first things, but you are the one who rolled the initiative, so you get to decide who goes first, Clara.
So would I make it in time to walk in there and tell them about their audit? Their tax, the tax collection right now?
It would.
I don't think
They
that'll
are.
work right now.
They're effectively 2 range bands away, so you could get to them this turn as an action.
Okay, so I can open the door and it will jingle right in time for this to all begin, right?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. Do you have anything like
Just
like a big entrance? Any?
I have persuasion and presence.
What do you have in your edges?
My edges is thing.
Oh my god.
12?
Please tell me that you're coming in as like what the story was with like the wife. It's like, my husband did this. And like you're like, I can't believe you're wasting time with him
You're
again.
gonna be
What are you doing?
All right, so quick change of plan. Become the wife instead.
Excellent.
I mean, you've been listening to this whole thing in your head. You can
I'm
do
going.
whatever.
You know what?
Yeah,
Done. Let's go.
you're an
I will
expert
come in
deception.
there.
This is your wheelhouse.
I will come in there. Can I open the door and yell?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
ability?
If you want to make
cool.
a persuasion check against them, you're going to be at a complication of 5.
Okay, so hang on, let me roll this one.
Did you give a fake name or did you just say Dr.
I did.
Something?
You never mentioned the wife's name. You always just say my wife.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. As far as I recall, you gave no
name.
personal information.
Mm-hmm.
I have 6 success.
Holy shit!
Excellent.
So I'm gonna whip that door open and be like, honey, what is taking you so long? I told you didn't need to do this. My brother is just fine with the roof. What are you doing? Why are you here? I tracked the phone to the Google location and it says you're here. What are you? Who are you?
I've seen her here, aren't you?
We don't want it, okay?
On the
Get
next
that head out of here.
on the next initiative, Tom, you feel that fist stop. Like it presses a little bit on the tip of your nose, and he stops. Sorry about that.
You see what I'm married to? You might as well have kept going, man.
Excuse you? I said let's go.
Can't
You didn't
believe.
sign anything, right? Right?
Nothing has been signed, ma'am.
All right, let's go. I don't want to see Phil in the mail later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yes,
walk out the
dear.
door.
I'm sorry, guys. I get mixed up sometimes.
Yeah, good luck. I would like both of you who are out front to roll integrity and cunning rolls for me, please.
Oh, and is that?
Are we out of the front or these two? These two.
The other two, yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
You're in the back of the house still.
Oh, we haven't
Okay, so
teleported
have a
back
hot
or
take.
anything.
So we two that are heading out the front door.
Yes, correct.
I have
Okay.
3 success.
We can handle ourselves. We need to.
I have 2 successes.
All right, you get out to the car and realize that they are getting into their vehicle and like getting ready to tail you.
Huh?
I think you. Thanks.
You owe me lunch. Let's go. You're paying.
Yes, dear.
I love my wife.
Well, that's happening. Back inside, is there anything else that you're trying to do? Are you trying to make your way out front to that source of psionics, or are you just like literally grabbing stuff and teleporting it into the truck?
We should check out the source of psionics, I guess.
Really nice keyboard though. Like, should we leave it? All right. Yes, we should probably check for like the files that they have as well. I mean, like it's entirely possible they might have more analog stuff, so we should do at least a tertiary scan of that first.
All right. Why don't you each go ahead and just give me a real quick.
Actually,
go ahead.
Stacey, it's entirely likely that Stacey, your character, much better at rifling through documents than mine.
Yeah. Going through documents would be humanities.
Oh, humanities.
Yeah.
Gotta be good for something.
Let me give some.
It's
Humanities?
how well do you know the Dewey Decimal System? Like that's humanities. Yeah.
Yeah, it was science.
I have larceny, survival, and enigmas.
I'd like to make an enigmas roll instead.
Yeah, I know you're good at enigmas, so it's like where's the stuff we need? Because we're in this office, it's possible there might be a secret door here. I mean, if I'm going to put a secret door anywhere, it's definitely going to be in like an office where the stuff is. So
How
I
many
might have a
successes
look
did you
around
get,
for.
Stace?
Okay, you want me to roll enigmas?
Enigmas, and then what? Intellect?
Intellect? Yeah, okay. Got it.
Yeah, looking for a secret door is not a bad idea at all. Let's see. I will tell you that with your attunement roll, Lazarus can tell that source of psi is in the front of the building.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't appear to be behind any sort of secret entrance that you can access from this room anyway.
So what I might do.
Well, while you're thinking on that, Stacy, what'd you get?
I got 4 successes.
Excellent. So you're able to sort of separate what looks important from what probably doesn't look important, and teleport about a box worth of documents into Tom's lap.
Oh, what the hell?
Welcome to the car.
driving.
Oh, wait. I guess, yeah, if I'm driving. Whoa!
I'll also give you, with that number of successes, you're able to locate that out in the front of the house, the show floor, behind the counter, there is a safe in the floor. And that safe seems to be emanating some sort of psionic energy.
Can we teleport the whole state?
You can teleport the whole safe, yeah. I could also just have a look inside the safe and then reach in and grab stuff from the safe.
Can we break in?
It's not really breaking in. It's more like the thing never gets opened and I just take what's inside it, So
Worst case scenario,
Just
can't
open.
open it, bring it with. Well, let's try opening it.
I am going to use. We found a safe, and so we got the safe, and with documents and stuff like that. I was reading stuff while half listening to it.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
fine.
we teleported a box of documents into Tom's lap while he was driving.
And remember, that brings you down by 2 psi, because when you teleport something, it costs you a psi point.
Actually, relaying object does not use a psi point.
Oh, well then, never mind.
Now, using window, that does use a psi point, which we will use to open up this little safey boy and get little hands in there and just take some stuff.
You could just open it up with your power. That's cool.
Yeah, sort of. Opens a door inside the safe, and I just get to that. But I will open this window, and is that possible to do inside the safe? And I can
It is.
take stuff from the safe, yeah?
Spend a point of psi, roll psi plus mode, and you have a complication of 2 that if you do not resolve will create a psionic feedback headache.
Okay. Gotta zen myself out here. That's a 0 with a 1 in it.
Would you like to spend any of that momentum, say about half of your pool right now, to reroll failed dice?
I think that might be a cool idea. What do we think, team? Open the safe with the window. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Three.
4 is half your pool.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we roll 4 dice, and I assume that's going to include the 1. I can do the 1.
Yes.
Amazing. 5 successes. Hot damn! That's 10 into a 10 into an 8.
So at first, you start to cut through this strange interference that's not quite psionic energy that is emanating from this item. As you reach past it and open the window, you can see what appears to be a almost like a clamp that you would attach to someone's wrist, like a bracelet, but with protrusions that go inward.
Oh.
Weird.
Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, you pull it out. It's made out of mostly looks like titanium, but there's a band of algae on the inside of the device itself.
All right. Interesting. He'd probably get like a little baggie, like a little like evidence baggie. Pull it out of his like jacket and be like, zip that up nice and tight, and be like, is there anything else inside the safe, or is that really the only thing that he's like finding through the window? He's like got a little bit of time to like.
There's $10,000 in cash in the safe. There's like certificates of ownership of the business, tax paperwork, and you would find like previous years filed taxes are in the safe. And
those taxes. I mean, that's how you get them. That's how you get Capone.
And there's like a Nokia phone in the safe.
A suspicious Nokia phone.
Take the phone.
Just take it all.
Take the phone.
Take it all. Make it look like a mugging or a robbery. Just take it all.
Yep.
A very good robbery. I'm a different class thief. Now, last thing I'm going to do. I think we're pretty good. I think it's time to go. I think I'll get you out, though, Ruby, first. Because I can use my, what's it called?
Relay person.
Yeah, I can use relay person. More, I can use the spatial sense, like the know where things are, to get a sense of what this strange object is in the front of the room.
Oh, yeah. That was the side.
That was the bracelet.
That was what was in the safe.
Oh, that was the bracelet?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Well, that's fine. I think we're golden.
Don't put Ruby on my lap this time.
And so you're putting the bracelet in an evidence bag. Is that correct?
Yeah, little evidence baggie and like.
It does give you a little bit of a headache when it's in your presence, but it's not so much that you can't tune it out.
Okay. I'm like, are we very close to like? Can I teleport us straight back to home base, or should I?
You can go straight back to home base. You're within 10 kilometers of home base.
10 back straight to home base, Ruby? Seem good?
Yeah, sounds good.
But we feel good with everything. All right, let's do our teleport back and get out of here.
All right, so each one is a psi and psi plus mode, right?
Yes. So I think I can. So you're saying that I can get multiple people with this one, or was that the other ability? Yeah.
So if Ruby uses telepathy, all Ruby has to do is make a psi plus highest mode roll. If Ruby is successful on that roll, then you can affect extra targets for free.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to try that first, Ruby, and we can do us two? That way we can do 1, 2.
Sure. So my psi is 5.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Not your psi points, your psi trait. So that should be a 1,
2?
I believe. 2.
Yeah.
I should say.
2.
My psi.
So the little black dots next to the number 5.
The circle.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. And then, so I have 4. Right.
Mm-hmm.
No. Stop going. Only can reroll. I got 2.
Excellent. That's sufficient. So you just need to make 1 teleportation roll to get you both there.
Sounds good. All right, let's do it. 1 teleportation roll coming up. That's going to be 3 successes.
Excellent. The 2 of you appear safely in the safe house. The same can't be said for our friends on the road. Dr. Tom, I would like you to make a piloting roll as you see you're driving along. You're going past a city market,
Okay.
and the awning falls off of a booth directly in front of you, and falls right in your way.
Okay. Composure and pilot.
That works.
All right. Huh.
Don't you also have a skill about being the driver?
Oh, do I?
Something about driving a van.
No, that was a joke.
He drives the van.
So, how much momentum do we have left?
Oh,
Because I
dear
just
God.
watched again.
We have 4 left, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna take half that if that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, now I have. It's amazing how quickly that changes things around. That's 2 successes instead of a botch.
Excellent. You pull to the side, and as you sort of pull around, and you're very conscientiously checking all of your mirrors to make sure that you don't hit anyone
Hold on.
in this swift thing, you absolutely clock that vehicle behind you, the van, and you can see the larger gentleman sort of hanging out the side of the vehicle, withdrawing his hand.
Motherfucker.
Well, we didn't lose him. Is that son of a bitch psychic?
I'm so ready.
I think you might need to take the rest of the stuff that we put in the car, guys.
What?
I can do it.
Why does he gotta use psychic? Like, he's
Why is he-
already the size of a fucking hippo. That's cheating.
All right. I got a plan, team. I have a cunning plan. Do you want to hear my cunning plan?
Yes.
Are you gonna move the
All right.
van?
Does it involve fucking around and finding out?
Yes. What I need one of you to do, either one of you, is to look at the van. Like, give a proper look at the van, because I can kind of see.
Oh, I'm looking at it. Don't you worry. I'm
Looking
watching
at it.
things. Make sure it doesn't
Alright.
hit me as we avoid whatever that was.
So here's what I'm going to do, Travis. Here's my plan. I'm gonna open a window just close enough, like, to the wheels of the van, and then do a quote-unquote trick shot, shooting out the tires and shooting both tires out, so it, like, kind of flips up a bit and, like, crashes a bit, potentially.
I'll allow it. You're going to have a complication of 4 because
Wow.
of the speed, the differences in speed scale between you and the van.
You want to mess around with some psionic powers? I'll mess around with some psionic powers. Come on, man. Let's. So the complication of 4 for the psionic roll,
Yeah.
or for the actual shooting of it.
What I'll do is I'll let you make the psi roll fine, and the shooting is going to be a complication of 4.
Sounds good. I'm just gonna check all the things I can do. I can't use gun tool on psionic rolls, obviously. But let's roll this one first. It's 1 success on the psionic roll.
That's enough to open the window.
Sweet. And now we're gonna do our trickiest shot we can do.
A complication of 4. If you do not resolve this complication, but make successes, you will hit the tires. But your unresolved complications will be added as enhancement to damage that the van does to anything that it might run into, any sort of collateral damage.
That's okay. This is like two birds, one stone. This is going one step further in the situation and doing the trick shot. I got it, team. Feeling so good. All right, let's do it. I can't use gun tool. Let me just check a little bit of the weird stuff that I actually do possess.
Yeah, what specialties do you have?
Because the specialty I've got is in, I think it's only in the fact I've got gun tool, I think, unless I'm, yeah, it's aim, gun tool, and then it's with using like sniper and a bunch of other edges and stuff like that, which is in here. Apologies, I should have checked this a little quicker first. It just.
That's fine. Yeah, if you want to apply sniper, you certainly can. And just FYI, what I'm going to do with this unresolved complication, should you fail to resolve it, is I will be employing the collateral damage rules from Aberrant.
Nice. Love it.
All right, so I have a thing a little bit. It is precision shooting. Your character subtracts 1 from all difficulty increases for function factors like range, wind, fog, shooting into a crowd, or poor light. Also reduce any complications to making a shot due to environmental factors by the rating of the edge. Would this apply in the fact of like I'm shooting through a weird window and doing some like weird hinky shit?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Steady improves daily enhancement of your character would normally gain in a situation for taking time to directly aim. Don't have time for that. I do have a trick shot. Your character knows how to precisely aim a shot and accomplish almost any goal. When firing at a target who is unaware that she's under attack, you can add 2 points worth of the following weapon tags to the attack. Awesome. Aggravated, brutal, deadly, piercing quality 2, and stun except for the aggravated tag. The stun tag, all of these tags can be applied to weapons that allow possession.
So if you add the quality 2 tag, that effectively gives you 1 more enhancement to your roll.
Quality 2 tag shall be added. So that's reducing it by how much?
What's your sniper?
Sniper's 3.
All right, so you will reduce the complications by 4.
Oh.
Ooh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is that all?
Yeah, so if you don't, as long as you don't botch this roll, we won't have to worry about collateral damage.
Sounds good. Oh boy. I can't believe I get to roll the thing. So I'm going to assume it's an aim plus dexterity roll.
Yep.
That's a total of 5 plus 6. That's 3 successes.
Excellent.
Pew!
That is more than sufficient to hit the driver's defense.
Mm-hmm.
You take out both tires. Let me see if they can hold the vehicle. And since driving is not one of their listed dice pools, they're making a desperation pool roll. You blow out both tires. You see the rubber come off of the rear tire and fire just starts shooting out of the back. And they're still coming.
Oh no.
Well, shit.
Oh my gosh.
At this time, the passenger, excuse me, opens the door and climbs onto the roof and starts aiming his hand, like trying to steady himself, riding on top of this roof like Scott Howard, trying to steady himself with his wrist. I would like those of you who are in are currently able to see this. So I'm going to say that it would be Lazarus as well, because Lazarus is specifically looking through through Clara's eyes, sorry. And the doctor can see it. So I would like all of you to make an integrity or technology and cunning roll, please.
So I'm not connected.
You're connected to the mind share. You just weren't actively looking through another person's eyes when this happened.
What was the third thing?
You'll absolutely, as soon as they think any recognition, you'll know that. Make sense?
1 success.
2.
So it was integrity, technology.
It was integrity or technology and cunning.
Cunning. Okay. 2.
All right, those of you who've got 2 successes recognize that bracelet that he's wearing looks very similar to the bracelet you pulled out of that safe.
Well.
How close are they behind us right now, Travis?
Oh God.
Probably 2 car lengths.
Cool. 2 car lengths. We're probably going pretty fast. So Tom's going to glance over at Clara. Is Clara wearing her seatbelt?
Fuck, I am now.
So like as soon as you glance,
Hold on. Brake check! And Tom's going to slam on his brakes. This guy's going to car surf. Fuck around and find out.
Excellent. What I'll have you do is I'm going to have you make a piloting check. And this is going to be, I would say you should roll resolve or composure because it takes a certain amount of
fucking around and finding out.
Strodial fortitude to hit the brakes when somebody is coming up behind you.
So
that's why you wear the sunglasses. That's how you know. Time to party.
Checking. So, and this is not a destructive action. This is a or is
it's
it?
Not. You're trying to destroy the vehicle, right?
Yeah,
it's not a destructive action.
It's not. So can I use my
fly off the top?
So yeah, if you want to spend a point of
I'll
inspiration,
spend a point of inspiration. So
that adds your destructive facet and enhancement to this roll.
So that's one success, but with destructive facet, that is now 3 successes with the enhancement.
Excellent. The rear end crumples in the vehicle you're driving.
That's why we got insurance.
Poor Brandon was not wearing a seatbelt, and is knocked unconscious in the accident as he goes through the windshield, through the rear window of your of the vehicle you were in, the van, and lands at your feet unconscious and bleeding. Griffin, who is surfing over the edge, you see him go ass over tea kettle over the front, and you're sure he's about to catch the world's worst case of road rash on his lower chin when he extends that hand and stops about a foot above the ground.
Oh, come on!
I will give this to you, though. You can clearly tell that he is just as surprised that worked as you are.
Run him over.
I'm on it!
This is just upgraded crust spike and duck, surely.
So
down here, these guys up here.
That will bring us then, since everyone else, I think, has acted this combat round. Is that correct? That brings us to Ruby.
You're just hearing all this commotion right now.
Yeah, you are connected to all this psionically. So if there's something you would like to do through that psionic link, you may certainly try to do so. You can also ask for. You wouldn't really benefit from the teleportation. Well, if you wanted to try to do something over an area mentally, you could have Lazarus throw some help at you. Otherwise, if you just want to target the one person, you can just target them.
What can I do?
Your modes are Rapport 1, Mind Share 1, Psych Bending 2.
Yes.
You can use Command on them.
Okay.
And they're psych to your will.
What would I... So I could command them to do something?
Yeah. It says... when you're looking at the number of successes you need, if you want them to do something inconsequential like sneeze, blink, or scratch and itch, that only takes 1 success. Something minor like eat or drink, make a non-emotional call, or choose an outfit is 2. This would be something major.
Okay.
Help someone you dislike, take a break without permission, work to hinder or slightly harm someone you don't care about. I'm also going to, if you wanted to command them to take off this bracelet, that would be a 3 success command.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to command him to take off the bracelet.
Okay, excellent. So you would go ahead and spend a point. Nope. Yep, spend a point at psi, and you would roll your psi plus your psych bending.
So the 4 again. Okay.
Now remember, I forgot to remind you all of this as there were a lot of botches being flown around. So
yeah, I have 0, and we still have that camaraderie bond, right?
Yes. So you have 2 points in the momentum pool that you can spend
Okay.
to reroll failed dice. The camaraderie pool gives you enhancements. So if you wanted to say, all right, let me reroll these failed dice, and I'm going to take, 5 of the camaraderie pool as enhancement, for example, or just take 2 of, like you would only need to take 2 of it to guarantee that that if you succeed, it will succeed. Does that make sense?
Okay, so I'm gonna re-roll. Can I re-roll 2?
Yep. As long as everybody is fine with the
Everybody
rest of the momentum
fine with
being
that?
spent. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what do the enhancements do? It just adds extra.
Right. So the way it would work is you would pull 2 out of that pool.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get a success on those dice, you'll have enough successes to command him to take the bracelet off.
All right, let's try that. I got 1 success.
Excellent.
With the enhancement, that's 3, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He like snaps the bracelet off unthinkingly and drops to the ground and suffers 1 health.
Run him over anyways.
That brings us to the top of the next order. It is now Clara's turn, unless Clara, you want to give that turn to someone else.
Tommy boy, just run him over. Just do it.
Are you gonna like push the wheel in his direction?
Yeah. Right. But hand, where are you? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll fuck him. Let's do it.
All right, give me a pilot, and I don't know. Is this
Resolve. Let's go resolve. I'm resolved. I'm resolved to hit this guy. It's not aiming if you're the size of a truck already. So that's 2 successes to ram him with a car.
you take off like running, and you're sure you hit him, but there's no like raise, right? Like you don't feel the car like bump.
There's no bump.
Yeah,
And then
Where's the bump?
you see a fist come through the floorboard.
What the heck? I knew he was there. Oh my god.
well, that could have gone better.
That's 1 point of momentum in the pool.
I'm gonna see. I know it's probably not my turn, but what are we driving? Like, what is this vehicle?
I'm assuming
As
you're
it
in
is,
like
like a van.
like a conversion van, like something that the kind of
Okay,
thing that maybe was once used by a plumber and you bought because it's good to put hiding
Okay.
stuff in.
It's the mystery bus.
It's the mystery. Yeah. Okay. Then, as the last part of my action, Tom's gonna put it in like 2 or in like overdrive mode.
Okay.
Just
Excellent.
that's it. That's it. He's just click click. Just the lowest gear for like ice and hills.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that will bring us then to that brings us to Lazarus. What would you like to do?
First off, he's got to ask Dr. Tom, like, so how is the finding out going? Is that level 1 to 10? Just think about it.
Just screaming Pink Panther back in the head.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
I'm feeling so blessed that you all like are seeing the danger and I'm not necessarily at the danger.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
So he's underneath the van, like reaching up, like he's like Doc Ock or something like that.
You can assume what you can assume happened is he grabbed something in the undercarriage when the van ran over, and that he's just remarkably strong. Now, as he punched through that hole, you see that bracelet's not there anymore.
Well, can Lazarus teleport him somewhere?
Oh,
Lazarus
absolutely.
could teleport him somewhere, absolutely.
If you want to do a KO death drop, I mean, that's a heck of a way to end a fight.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to do, I think, from what I understand, because he gets a little bit of a roll against it. And shooting him, he gets shot, That's it's a whole thing.
right now, your ability to shoot him anywhere other than the hand is going to be extremely difficult, though, right? Because you're relying on. Well, I guess not. I mean, because you could open a window. Because you can open a window from
like
anywhere
next to his head.
Right.
Yeah, that's why it's the trick shot plan I've got. It was like, yes, quick shot, shoot through a window. I made.
Yeah, if you wanna try the death drop, you can try it. If you want to try to shoot him, you can try that as well. He will get a resistance to either of those attacks.
But you did grab the stuff that was in the van, right?
Right. Yeah. I thought you pulled. I think so. I thought you pulled the stuff out.
I haven't pulled the stuff out yet, no, because I assumed it was like quick.
No, I don't think he did.
How about we just pull the stuff out before we destroy this car?
Okay.
He'll start, like,
it's all in the pile already. It's all in the pile. Here's the pile. Look at the pile.
All right.
And he like teleports it to where he is. Do we do all for that?
No, but you will spend the rest of your turn using relay object to get everything.
Yeah, I would rather have the stuff safe. I will step on this guy in a minute.
Yeah, I'm like handing over stuff to like our boss, like Gene Bouvier. They're like, hey, here's some stuff, and he's just like,
Gene
high speed chase,
laying it down and going through it and saying, just tell them not to get seen.
I wish that was the case. I'll tell him. By the way, Gene just wanted to let you know, keep a low profile.
Tell Gene it's hard to hide Hulk, okay? If she can hide Hulk, please, have her do that now.
Yeah, I'll let her know.
She walks over to Ruby and says, "Do you mind if I join your mind link?" Gene, the boss, says, "Do you mind if I join your mind link?"
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
It's like
some noise and screaming just happened.
She takes your hand and you see like sparks shoot out where her implants are. She's first generation, like old school implants. And when she does, her eyes go white and a little bit of blood comes out of her nose. And you all notice like everyone on the street start to get out of your way.
Oh. All right, so we're not going to kill them at least.
No casualties here.
And that brings us to Stacy. What would Ruby like to do?
Okay. I feel like all Ruby can do is convince people to do things.
Well, one thing you might want to consider is you now have access to this guy's mind. So if you want information, you can certainly get what his surface thoughts are.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
All right. And that would be under Mindshare. Do you have Mindshare 2?
I have Mindshare 1. I have Psych Bending 2.
All right. You would be able... So you're aware that can be done, but you would need to let one of the other psychics that's capable of doing it know it. Because you don't have the ability to actually read the mind.
Okay, what?
And that you can just do freely. You can say, hey, somebody should skim his thoughts.
Someone have 2 Mindshare?
No, I only have 1.
Jean has enough, but she's a little occupied.
Can I use an enhancement or something?
Here's what you can do. You can always try to use a power that is higher than your ability at a +2 complication. If you fail to any complication you fail to resolve, results in psionic damage as you're pushing yourself beyond your ability. But if you want to try to read his mind, you absolutely can. So it's +2 complication per level of the power above your current level.
Okay, so I would roll the 2 plus the 1 Mindshare.
Yep, and then you would you have a complication of 2.
Okay, and that, what does the complication mean? It means that
if you don't resolve the complication, then you will take damage as you start having pain.
It means that 2 of my dice don't count or something? Is that what?
Not necessarily. So what it means is you only need 1 success for this to work.
Okay.
But if it works and you only get one success, you're going to wind up with a really bad headache. If you if you resolve those complications, it works and you don't get a headache.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna roll 3 dice.
And now remember, there are also 5 enhancement hiding in that pool that you can pull from. So as long as you get the 1 success on it, you can start using those enhancement to boost.
I did get 1 success.
Okay, so to make up for the difference of complication, if you can pull 2 successes from the enhancement pool, and you'll take no headache.
Okay.
Excellent. So you can reach into his surface thoughts, and you realize a couple things. He's scared. He's scared of getting caught, and he's scared of losing these gifts he was given for his role in a recent job he did for Mrs. Richards. So all of those things are on the front of his mind. You also know that on the front of his mind, his next plan is to pull the drive shaft off of this car. Which you can freely tell everyone.
All right, everybody, he's gonna pull the drive shaft off of the car. And then the other stuff I could tell them later, right?
Yeah, or you can, I mean, you're mentally, so you can decide to share anything at the speed of thought with them if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff I'm telling you, childhood memories, you know, bad dining experiences, whatever you want to share. So you're all kind of aware of this in like almost a hive mind. And that brings us to Clara's turn. What would you like to do, Clara?
I'm going to step on him. I'm going to try to push him back through.
At last.
Yes, not the way I thought I was going to step on someone today, but you know what? Let's go down.
When life gives you lemons, you step on them.
So you'll resolve this with a close combat roll. What would you like to rely on for that?
I guess cunning.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, to be quick enough to catch him as his hand is flopping around.
Oh. Okay, I have 4 success.
Excellent. That is enough to hit, and enough. As you stomp down, you hear a crunch, and then there's that badum that was missing. I will need Dr. Tom to make a piloting check just to make sure he doesn't careen off the road into the crowd of now psionically numb people.
Okay, I'll say that's probably not. Is it still resolve or should I use composure? Probably composure.
Composure, probably, yeah.
1 success.
All right, you like hit the brakes like as this like 8-year-old kid is just looking just stone face at you, holding this ice cream cone that's melting down their knuckles at the ice cream truck.
Get out of the way, kid!
You almost ran into. The kid blinks a couple of times, and you see everybody on the street resume their activity.
What is wrong with kids these days?
Where did he get that ice cream from?
I really want ice cream now.
There's an ice cream truck.
Bring us all ice cream.
You look down and there's a souvenir on the floorboard of the car. 2 of his fingers came off when you stomped on him.
And baggie, because we have so many baggies in this van.
I was going to say just push him down the hole, but okay.
That's all right.
Do you want to examine them?
And you can, if you look
use that
behind you can see that there's kind of a smear where he fell down and then was dragged behind for about 15 feet before finally getting loose.
Ugh.
Yeah.
He might still be alive, you know.
Can we just go? Because I don't want Hulk smash again.
I would like all of you to roll a enigmas and cunning roll, please.
I have 3.
2 successes.
Excellent. And how many did you get, Stacy?
7.
Oh, okay.
No success.
1 from Jacob. All right.
I got 2.
Excellent. So everyone but Lazarus, though Lazarus catches the thought in the mind share, immediately realizes that bracelet that he was wearing got dropped back in the road back there.
Okay, so we want to go get that.
All right.
Can't you just do your grabby do?
Not if I don't have a connection to it. I know what it kind of looks like, but it's not really something I can either see or.
Can we see
Yeah.
it from here, or is it too far back now?
You can try to find it with your attunement.
With my attunement or with theirs?
Theirs is probably more likely because they're closer.
Hmm.
So if you want to make an attunement check, Clara. And that's
Success.
all right. Excellent. So yeah, you can absolutely sense it. All right.
I will try and teleport to me.
You
Oh, good.
you bring it to you, and again feel that nauseating sensation of something just not right about this device.
I don't know what this is. This ain't right. Oh, jeez.
And that,
All
I think,
right.
is where we will take our 5 for biological and technological needs.
That sounds good.
Any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns?
I think it's all good.
All right.
Oh, we're
We
great.
did it.
All right. Hold tight, folks. We'll be back momentarily.
We definitely
Oh,
found out.
fingers.
You know, I'm hungry now.
Mm-hmm.
I clicked the wrong button. Everything should be back. We should all have sound. All should be right in
Sorry.
the world. If the levels can be believed, we do. So, you've just splattered this poor fellow all across the road. The witnesses were psionically interfered with by Jean in order to keep your activities out of sight, and you've just realized that that bracelet is back there. What all would you like to do at this point?
So we've acquired the bracelet back to Jean's.
That's right. You
These guys
teleported
in the
back to
van.
it. Yep.
Yeah, we've teleported back out. These guys are driving back at this point.
Yeah, I think let's head back.
Were you going to stop for ice cream?
Of course.
I mean, there's an ice cream truck parked right in front of you.
You don't miss.
I mean, we could do that, but there's a custard place on the way.
Definitely a Hulk guy back there somewhere. He could be alive.
All right, we'll swing by a Steak and Shake on the way back.
So just so that I'm clear, you're going to leave the body for the authorities, and you're not going back to look at what's going on there. You've got what you need, so you're taking off, grabbing some steaks and fries and shakes, and coming home.
Yep.
Excellent.
We are professionals. We get it done. Shakes and steaks. That's what we're about at the end of the day, you know?
As you're all sitting around the dinner table enjoying a celebratory steak and shake meal, Jean sets the two.
I really hope the steak isn't a shake. That's all I want.
It's what it is it's a Midwest burger chain, so it's like a hamburger steak. So like it's supposed to be real thick. I don't know what it's like these days. I haven't been home in like 15 years, but
I mean, when
come
you say
visit-
thick,
Come visit
I'll come
Rockford.
visit.
Bring a bulletproof vest, and I'll take you to a steak and shake.
Okay, cool.
I'm on my way. I love wearing bulletproof vests. Never had gun issues in Australia, but I mean, except that one time, and then
Right. And then you
Yeah,
all
you
were
fixed
like,
it.
"Yeah, no more of
it was
that."
like,
then.
nah.
You're like,
And
well,
hilariously, everyone was like, nah, yeah, that's a good idea. Probably
Australia was like, "Crikey, this is shit.
Right.
Let's fix it, eh?"
Listen, mates, we're gonna take your guns.
And they did.
Oh, all right. Yeah, here you go.
It was. I think it's probably reasonable to refer to it as the national. Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
I wish we had the sense.
Very important. Very important Australian colloquialism. Yeah, nah, and yet nah, yeah.
No,
That's, funny enough, that's
yeah.
Midwestern American too. No, yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Oh no,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway, while we're ourselves, so as you're going through and having this lovely conversation about colloquialisms, Jean comes in and sets down the bracelets and says, "I think you all stumbled onto a much bigger situation here. These things seem
Seems about right.
to funnel psionic energy in a way I've never seen before."
Yeah.
I'll show you. She pops on one of the bracelets and holds her hand out and lifts Ruby's shake off the table from across the table without touching it. Sets it back down. So telekinetic glove, right?
yeah.
She pops on the other bracelet and taps Clara's phone and says, "You should check your Tinder. There's a couple people that have swiped that look like they might fit your normal profile. This thing lets you read and alter digital data when you're wearing it."
No.
Like it's a hacking glove
Well, I know that
bracelet.
there are some psychics who are technokinetic. I think that these bracelets are able to boost or grant psychic abilities to their wearers.
I could finally program my VCR.
But how?
That's an excellent question, and these both look like prototypes. I think our only answer is going to be if we can track down that Anna DeVries.
Yeah.
There's another thing about the bracelets, though, that concerns me is that I'm detecting some other type of energy I can't quite put my finger on. It seems like if I didn't know any better, I'd say it's a weak electromagnetic field that is generated by the bracelet.
Well, it's interesting because it didn't seem to have any effect on my ability to teleport it. So I'm not exactly sure what the feedback is. There's like a weird resonance to it. I don't quite understand it, but yeah. Didn't have any issues, at least for me. I don't know.
Yeah, me either. She takes both bracelets off and starts to rub her temples. I just...
It's like giving you a goddamn headache.
It does give you a headache. I think what we need to do, all the intelligence we have right now points at Anna DeVries being responsible for this.
Yeah.
I took the liberty while you were picking up food to do a little bit of research, and Anna DeVries flew out of O'Hare for Johannesburg International this morning. So the question then becomes, well, lots of questions. Why is a, by all accounts, rich executive flying to the United States to be involved in illegal psionics experiments? How is she finding her targets? And what's the purpose? Is the purpose this technology? Or is this another side effect? What else does Anna have her fingers in?
Wait, hold on a sec. So if these bracelets can do this, well, why'd somebody have to scoop the girl?
I don't know.
They want to
because
get
the-
their implants back so they can't be traced.
But they don't need implants if they got the bracelets, right? Like that's consumer tech, right? You can wear that like a watch. You don't need to stick a watch in your stomach or something.
Oh,
Yeah. They never go to consumer tech, but
Gene
Well,
says,
I mean,
I have a-
wearable.
could it be that they harvested the powers from them?
Oh,
possibly. Does anybody want to make a technology roll or science?
Yeah. We do both. Yeah. What we got for science? One each. I'll probably cunning or intellect. Probably cunning. I'll say it's probably cunning. 2 successes.
Excellent.
We'll say for technology.
Anyone beat 2?
Are we all rolling?
If you want to, yeah, you're welcome to.
1.
You certainly don't have to if you don't want to.
I have 1 science, and then I can use like intellect.
Correct.
Okay, I can try. 5.
And I believe there are a total of 3 enhancement left in that group pool that you could always blow as well.
Mm-hmm. Better than ever, I guess.
I got 0.
All right. So, Lazarus, if you want to, and was Clara rolling on this or no?
Clara?
Did we lose a
You
Clara?
still there?
No, not rolling. Oh, you can't hear us?
Hello.
No, she's muted, I think.
She's not muted.
She's eating.
Oh.
I can hear her talking. I can see her talking.
Oh,
Though.
you can hear? I can't hear her.
Yeah,
No, I can't hear her. I can see her talking though. I
we
just
can
can't
see
hear
you, but not hear you.
Oh wait,
Is that better?
There's a thing.
That's much better.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Hello.
I have 3 success.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh,
Excellent.
success.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we have you take those enhancements then so you can get the most information out of this?
Okay.
All right. So working in tandem, you come to a few conclusions. One, this technology is somehow applying not only the theoretical psionic energy that still has yet to be quantified, but is definitely applying weak electromagnetic force. There is some level of quantum energy passing through this thing. You realize that quantum energy is probably what's causing the negative physical effects when you're exposed to it. And then a horrifying conclusion comes together in your mind, Clara, as you start to piece together everything that you've seen so far. You know that it's possible for somebody to undergo a first-generation scion process and survive the process even if they're not psionically latent. Chances are very good if they do, it's going to kill them or debilitate them in a permanent fashion, but it's possible for them to be kept alive. By introducing this additional flux energy, you suspect that their hope was to use these bracelets, at least in part, to regulate or enhance people who had a poor response to the implants. And your guess is that it fried them out and killed whoever they tried them on.
But, well, I mean, we're all still connected, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is all a discussion you're having around a table over some steak and shake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're making them.
So they just want to enhance people who can't use these abilities?
Well, think about it. If, think about how expensive it is to make a first generation scion. Think about how hard it is to get a hold of. Think about how expensive it is to find a psionically latent person. Karnataka process takes months.
This would make this kind of breakthrough would make these companies cajillionaires. There's no amount of money that Joe Schmo isn't going to try to pay to get magic powers.
And how many bodies are they going to generate in the process?
And they're not going to, this isn't going to turn them into your Elon Musk or your Microsoft. This is game world ending technology.
They're going to use it for military. They're going to use it for
anyone with the money to spend, because they can name the price, is going to buy it. Because why not? The ability to teleport wherever you want to go, ability to blow someone's mind up with a thought. If they can make it, people will buy it.
Are we wanting to steal this?
We gotta destroy this. We gotta destroy it at the source. We gotta destroy everyone who ever heard of it, ever touched the goddamn thing. I mean,
I think we
this
should.
Kind of stuff gets out. There's not a end to the fight that's going to be happening for this kind of stuff.
I strongly suggest we test this equipment thoroughly in a controlled environment before any of us uses it in the field. Given the pain that it's causing me, and I have years of training and dealing with my psychic abilities, my concern is that they slapped these on that poor girl and it just burned her out.
So steal all their knowledge and technology and then destroy all traces that they had.
And we can try to work locally, but I suspect that if DeVries split off from Saltbridge, She did so for a reason, probably deniability would be my guess, which means I don't know how much they'd have in the offices here. Now, I can make a call to the safe house in Johannesburg, let them know what's up. We can keep looking locally here. And if either one of us finds something where we need help, we can call the other house.
Yeah.
But for now, I guess just keep your ears to the ground and be grateful it was only one person.
Know of.
Yeah.
Good point.
Oh, there's a body in the van, by the way. Do you want that?
Oh, we did collect it? I thought we left it.
Well, no. So Hulk is, I don't know where Hulk is, hopefully dead and smeared, but the driver is in the back of the van.
Yeah, because he went through the windshield and landed in the back.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Maybe we can't just have a body.
Well, I mean, we need a new car too. So, I mean, while you're taking care of that, you could just, take care of the body.
Was he dead or was he?
I got to imagine that like Lazarus is the one who like takes care of the dead bodies, just like, and that goes to the bottom of the ocean. And
Yeah, if he's not dead, can we interrogate him?
You can interrogate him if you want to. He is not, in fact, dead. He's just very, very asleep. So
he's napping.
You can wake him up and ask him some questions. How would you like to wake him up? Are you going to tie him up, or are you just going to wake him up?
Yeah, we should tie him up.
Let's strap him.
All right.
I'm sure we have enough equipment.
Last.
You-
I can use the power of gun to ask him the questions that we need the answers to.
All right. He wakes up tied to a chair in a dark
Oh,
room.
we don't have momentum, do we? Do we have momentum?
You have one momentum in the pool.
Do it.
He wakes up. He is unconscious, absolutely. Or he was unconscious. He's tied to a chair in this single room you have with like one naked light bulb on the ceiling, the exposed walls, no drywall.
So this is going to be like the end. Like there's like the kind of all of us like are in our little chairs, like looking at him like we're about to drop a really great like spy album. Like I'm like holding the gun. Like you're like looking like fresh fun cells. Like it's all very picturesque, frame by frame.
He looks at the gun. He looks at the room. He empties his bladder and he says, "I'll tell you everything you want to know."
So you're gonna work for us, right? That's what I'm hearing.
What do you want from me?
What all do we want to know?
Well, I want to know the beginning, middle, and end of your tale, and
When I was in third grade, I glued my uncle's toupee to my face when I played Moses. Oh, he starts like just spilling every bean that he can.
welcome to the Phoebe Trust.
Are you going to try to guide that questioning into something productive, or do you want to hear about the time that he shoplifted a Snickers bar?
I want to know like where the technology came from, who gave it to him, where it's being stored,
He said-
where the other psionics being stored.
He says, "Listen, I was contracted by an employer that I only know her name is Mrs. Richards. She offered me $30,000 to leave my van at a particular corner, unlocked on a particular time at a particular day. I then picked up the van, dumped the contents into Lake Michigan. That was it. I didn't even know it was a corpse until I got there."
Yeah, that's what's called being crusted. Congratulations.
Well, I got crusted, and I'm sorry. I didn't know. We found, if it's about those bracelets, you can have them back. They were on the body, and they were the only thing that looked like they were worth anything.
You took them off the body, eh? So you're the one who scooped out the implants, eh? Is that about right?
Scooped out implants? No, I have no idea what you're talking about. We didn't hurt her. We didn't do nothing weird to her. We're not like that. We just
sounds
took
like
her
you did stuff weird to her. But
we just took her jewelry. We just took her jewelry,
Yeah.
and then my buddy put on the
I'm sure that's how the
bracelet,
police will see
and
it.
it started to and could move things with his mind.
Mm-hmm. And your insistence on trying to kill us was based on...
I don't want to go to
What?
prison for dumping a body in Lake Michigan.
Yeah, well, you might go to prison for trying to kill a bunch of people in a van in the middle of broad daylight. I mean, people did see that, man.
I wasn't trying to kill you.
Uh-huh. What do you call it then?
I just wanted. Look, I don't know. I panicked.
You just want. What?
I panicked.
You panicked and started running down people in a van. Wow. I hate to see you on one of your bad days then if you... Well...
He starts crying.
I hate when they cry. Okay, actually, he like tag teams as like, okay. Cloud, you better handle this one. I think I'm freaking out. I've gone over the limit of the freaking out too much.
Should we try to probe his mind? Can we go deep at all?
Good call. Good call.
Jean is the only one that can probe his mind, and she would prefer not to do it if he's cooperative, because it is pretty invasive. You can try to do it if you want to reach past your potential. You will have regained all your psi by now, by the way. So if you want to try to make the roll with two complication, you can try the surface skim. Did you want to do that again, Ruby?
Just me or okay?
Either you or Clara can try it.
What else are we trying to find out?
Actually, no, I realized I didn't actually do the actual roll. Did you want me to do the roll, by the way?
No, he's absolutely cooperative. He's not trying to play a hard ass. He is...
Yeah, it's all good. I was just wondering if,
if you want to roll to see how many successes you get, you are welcome to do so. But it is unnecessary. He is...
The gun was used. He was very cool.
He is singing like a canary. Yeah, it doesn't take... you just... As far as he knows, killed his friend and took him out, and we're doing all sorts of wild stuff. So he doesn't know how he wound up in this situation. You got to understand. He was driving along, chasing you, lost control of the vehicle for a second as the tires popped, hit the gas, and then was thrown into your car. So he doesn't know where his friend is. He doesn't know who you people are. He doesn't know. All he knows is he's tied to a chair and you have a gun. You win. How many successes did you get on that side check there, Ruby?
I was okay. I didn't know. I thought we were still discussing that. Okay, so
unless
I can do it.
You can work together if you want to.
How do we do that?
You both roll, and then you can create one big pool of successes.
Oh,
okay. So I'm rolling 3.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
and you spend. You got to spend 1 point aside just to be able to make the attempt.
I got 2 successes.
I have 1.
Excellent. With your combined effort, you're able to push forth to a surface skim. They're not trying to resist this at this point. They're just too busy being scared of it. As they're replaying the events of the evening, you realize that the reason they took this job in the first place was due to some sort of a debt that they were undergoing.
Who do they owe the debt to?
They're actually into a loan shark in Kankakee, Wisconsin for about $40,000.
So our loan shark might be the connection.
It's conceivable. He does not know how Mrs. Richards found out about his debt. He knows that Mrs. Richards claimed she did not work for the debtor, and that she would offer him an easy way to settle up a good chunk of his debt.
Okay,
For just a few hours of work and a little bit of trust.
Does he know how to contact his loan shark and his loan shark's information?
Oh yeah, he knows.
Look
He
into
absolutely knows how to contact the loan shark.
that? Okay, so do we grab that information so we could check it out later?
Yeah, you can jot that number down.
Cool.
But yeah, it seems like this person approached him as near as he could tell. It felt too good to be true the whole time, and then until a corpse was involved, then it felt right about the right amount of good to be true. As soon
Now
as
he's here.
as soon as he had a body in his van, he had a deposit in his accounts and was able to settle up enough with the loan shark to keep from getting his legs broken. He's still in the hole, $10,000.
Jeez, didn't even get the full 40 grand for
No,
the movie.
yeah, 30,000 for dumping the body.
For shame.
Enough to keep him still in need should she need other services.
Uh-huh. Smart. When we probe his mind, do we see what he sees?
Flashes of it. You're not going to get, especially at that level of successes, you're not going to get like full scenes per se, but you'll get snippets of interaction. You get a very clear picture. He is absolutely talking to Anna DeVries.
Okay, so it's confirmed, at least, that it is Anna DeVries. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. Cool.
Always go to Johannesburg.
And so we got the guys that well, they dumped the body. They didn't kill the person. They didn't kill her.
Right. And right now, all you have is a working theory that these bracelets combined with implants, combined with weak or non-existent latency, is probably what killed her.
Well, where she was being held for 3 years is still a mystery to us.
It's possible, according to what Gene's telling you, it's possible that they put these in her 3 years ago and have been trying to experiment with ways to overcome her latency.
Oh, okay. So she was fine with the implants. It's the bracelets
The bracelet overloaded her.
Okay.
She was working with them the entire time? She was just being captured? Like what?
Yeah, you have no idea.
Where-
You have no intel as
Yeah.
to whether she was captured or whether she was willing.
Yeah, like where was this person? Like this is what Lazarus needs to know. He's just like, I don't.
Well,
He's just like, where were they?
Gene says if that's the case, my recommendation is we hand Anna off to the Johannesburg safe house. Let them handle what they can for now. And we spend our time trying to find out where this woman has been, if there's anyone else out there that's been subjected to this program.
Yeah, that's my thinking.
For all we know, there might be somebody
There's gotta
out
be
there.
more.
For all we know, there's somebody out there that this didn't kill.
I can agree with that.
Now, these are super... Oh, go ahead.
I
I'll
was
go
gonna
put the
say,
coffee on.
What are we doing with this guy now?
She stands up and says, listen, what you're going to do is you're going to go home, you're going to stop gambling, you're going to take a part-time job until you've paid off the remainder of your debt to your loan shark, and then you're going to dedicate your life to service. You're going to spend your free weekends working for Habitat for Humanity or the Triton Foundation. You understand? His eyes glaze over and he says, yes. He gets up and walks out.
Jane, remind me never to piss you off.
I really did have a leaky roof. We could have.
Do you want me to call him back and tell him you paid?
Yes.
No, he needs the money too much. He's just an idiot.
Seems like he was exactly that. Someone's useful idiot.
It's wild to me that they kept doing the chase after the tires got blown out. Is that wild to anyone else? I mean, that Hulk guy was just like really after it, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's seen too many movies.
I think it was his buddy having. I mean, if this guy was a normal guy and then all of a sudden had a bracelet that gave him psychic powers, he probably did feel like Superman.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why these things are dangerous.
And why we should take full control of them. I completely agree. Mm-hmm.
Destroy them unless they prove that they're safe for us to use, in which case then maybe we should use them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dr. Tom can use them. Doesn't matter, Dr. Tom. Are we Superman? Incredible Hulk?
I'm good. I'm fine being Jimmy Olsen.
I mean, it's okay. We could just find, some terrible people for you to experiment on and, make sure it's safe before we use it.
I would rather, if we're going to experiment on it, I conduct the experiments myself so that no one else is getting endangered.
Yeah, I'd kind of rather we don't experiment on people at all. But that's just me. So, how can we determine where this person was and try and wrap this up?
You start chasing down leads. You spend the next several weeks investigating leads on the missing person, while also Gene, probably with the help of Dr. Hodge, is working out the bracelets themselves. These bracelets can be attuned as if they were BioWare, and if they are attuned, they function effectively like psi gauntlets as detailed in Trinity Continuum Aeon.
So they become safe if you attune to them.
Right, and they're formatted effectively. So they're not entirely safe, but they're safer.
Safe-ish.
They're safe adjacent. They do still use other types of flux energy. The bright side is while you are attuned to them, if you should attune one, Dr. Hodge, you will regain an inspiration every minute that you wear them, up to your maximum.
That's tempting.
Because it's constantly pumping flux energy through it. If any of you scions want to attune one of these, it works as the appropriate psi gauntlet in Aeon, except that you have a complication of 2 whenever you use it due to quantum flux interference.
Oh.
Sounds like a Hodge tool.
Might want to use that just to supercharge the old destructive.
Just wear the thing and never use it.
Yeah, better to have it and not use it than etc.
Oh yeah, I can read. I can read cell phones with this bracelet, but that's not why I'm wearing it. I'm wearing it so I can punch holes through cars. I'm wearing it so I can kick down reinforced doors.
Get inspired.
Yep. All right. Well, and
That's great.
that, as we said during the break, that will wrap up this session of the Phoebe Trust, this season of the Phoebe Trust. We have all had fun, and I hope the audience has had fun. I suspect this is not the last you will see of our characters. I think we'll probably be returning at some other point. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it seems fair enough.
Yeah, keep your ears peeled for that, and keep your eyes on Drive-Thru RPG, where you can pick up the Phoebe Trust. I highly recommend it. It's a nice
So do I.
sort of additional setting for Trinity Continuum. It's like a bubble in the continuum. Lets you have scions operating in the modern day. Lots of cool little twists on that. And it's only like $2, I think. So well worth the price of admission. It's a lot of book for a very, very little amount of money. So I'm going to throw the link to that up in the chat. And while I'm doing that, let's have everyone tell us who you are, what you do, who you've been playing, and any your pronouns, their pronouns, anything you'd like to promote. And let's start this off this time with Clara.
Oh, okay. Hi, Nicole Biggins, Clara. She will one day rule the world. Not this one. Let's see. Oh, so exciting news. I finally got my stickers. Yay!
Congratulations.
Very nice.
Thank you. So they are now live on the website. The quickest link would be maniacalmen.com if you are interested in some sexy anime men stickers to put on your car, computer, water bottles, wherever the hell you want. They are there.
Sweet. And I will throw that link up in the chat.
Woohoo.
I hope I spelled that right. If I didn't,
yeah.
woohoo! So head over, check that out, and buy some stickers. Thank you so much for being here, Nicole. It's been a blast to play with you. I look forward to when we return in the near future.
The future.
Next up, Dr. Tom, please give us your pertinence.
Hey everybody, I am Kelly Clark from Dork Tales, playing Dr. Tom Hodge, and it has been fun being a grumpy dad. I get to look into my distant future, hopefully distant, but excited to see if he comes back with super inspiration gauntlets or bracelets. That'd be cool.
It would be
Mighty
cool.
Fists of Hodge.
Just FYI, you four can sort it out between yourselves. You have a psi gauntlet that offers telekinesis, and one that offers technokinesis. So those are your options. There's 2 right now.
I mean, Ruby seems to benefit from the techno more.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
And next up, we have Lazarus. Please give us your pertinence.
Hello, I'm Jacob. I am the Australian, as they say, I guess, at this point. It's been a wonderful time having me on this little stream. I'll be doing a stream quite soon, actually, with Onyx Path for Mummy the Cursed. So that should be very exciting. I run labs in Brisbane, Australia. So if you're in Brisbane, catch me at Esquire Games, and we'll have some fun time playing labs. But Matt, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. It's been a blast playing with you, and I look forward to doing so again in the future.
Yeah, sounds good.
And last but not least, Ruby, please give us your pertinence.
My name's Stacy Wilson. I'm playing Ruby. She has no last name. Pronouns she, her, both of us. And I don't really have anything to promote. I was just a player. It's my first game. It was a lot of fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad that you took the time to join us. I'm glad to have brought you into the fold of the hobby, and I look forward to playing more again with you and with everyone else on the screen in the near future. Keep an eye out over at Drive-Thru RPG for Trinity Continuum Cold Case, which will be coming out soon, which will be my show notes for this and the ready-made characters that these good folks have played. There's a lot of information. I would like to commend you all because there's a lot of information in this overall plot that you found that is not in Cold Case. So, like connecting the dots, the Anna DeVries dots, is not covered in there. It's just the introductory adventure. So if you are a fan of Trinity Continuum and maybe you don't want to use Anna DeVries as the antagonist, it leaves it wide open to you to drop it into your own chronicle at your own leisure, however you want to play it out. I just like doing alternate reality versions of people, so I think the head of the DeVries agency from Aberrant being somebody who's evil into making scions just makes a lot of sense to me, you know? But having said that, I've been Travis Legge. My pronouns are he, they. When I'm not running games, I am writing them. And I would just like to remind you all to make sure you're getting your vaccinations, washing your hands, wearing masks, keeping a safe distance, whatever precautions you need to do to take care of yourselves and each other. And we will see you again real soon. Bye now.
Good.
Bye.
Bye.